I'm Conrad Bahr, C-Rat, and it's time for another Pigskin Preview. Today we'll be looking at the 2024 football season for the Brownsboro Bears. We'll get right into the preview after this word from Wade's Place.
Wade's Place in Chandler is the place to go for excellent Cajun and Creole cuisine. Locally owned and operated, enjoy their appetizers, their variety of salads, offering a 12-ounce ribeye steak. Enjoy the snow crab, shrimp, and crawfish. Enjoy their gourmet half-pound burger, various baskets, dinners, and po' boys. Like their Facebook page. Open Wednesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and reopens from 5 p.m. to 8:30, and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Located 104 East Main Street in Chandler. Call 903-849-2729. At Wade's Place, our food will always bring you back.
The Brownsboro Bears are under the direction of head coach Lance Connot. They're in District 8-4A Division II, Region 2. They're returning 4 starters on offense and 4 starters on defense. Last year they went 5-5 overall and 1-5 in district. I had the chance to sit down with head coach Lance Connot. Here's my interview with the coach. All right, we got Coach Lance Connot here with Brownsboro High School. Coach, thank you so much for joining us here on your busy schedule, and want to welcome you guys for joining the KMOO schools this year. So we appreciate you guys letting us cover you guys this year, and we're excited to bring listening and all that sort of thing to the Brownsboro Chandler area. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys having us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, to get started here, I know before this interview, we were talking about a little bit about your background, but inform KMOO country about your background. And obviously, there may be some people in the Brownsboro Chandler community that just moved here. So just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into high school athletics.
Yeah, so, I kind of grew up as a teacher and coach's kid in the athletic programs my entire life. And this will be year 16 for me, coaching and teaching, and be year 14 as a head football coach. This will be my 4th year at Brownsboro. Prior to this, I was at Rivercrest High School for 7 years. We had a lot of success there, and prior to that, I was at Detroit High School for 5 years, and so that makes up 16 total going into this year.
Yes, sir. All right, so tell us about your off season. Obviously, we were talking about this a little bit before, but every year, you have incoming freshmen, you have graduating seniors, you have some people move in, move out, things of that nature. Tell us what you guys have emphasis on this, in particular, this off season, or how have your spring workouts gone? Just kind of expand on that.
Yeah, we had a really great spring. I think the challenge for coaches is, like you said, those new pieces that are coming in. You lose some to graduation. You got kids that are maturing. Finding the right offensive and defensive schemes that are going to fit our kids and fit our personnel, I think, is the biggest challenge in high school coaches, because we're not recruiting our players. We've got to play to their strengths and weaknesses. And I feel like we built a lot of continuity in the springtime. We established our blue-collar, hard work mentality, and I saw a lot of really positive things happen in the spring.
All right, so talk about last season a little bit, what you thought of last season, just kind of, briefly talk about that.
Yeah, we're in that super tough district. We lost Van out of there, picked up Athens this year, but, anytime you're playing the Carthages and the Bullards and the Centers and Rusk, it's really great football. It's some of the best football, in East Texas and across the state of Texas. At one time we had 5 teams in our district that were ranked in the top 25, but we felt like we're really, really close. We were knocking on the door, getting into the playoffs this year. Just couldn't quite get that one extra game that we needed to win. Couldn't get it done, but I think that's fueled us going into this offseason. I think, we've adapted to the challenge of playing some of the best football in Texas, and I think our kids have answered that call in the offseason with their work ethic.
All right, so tell us about some kids that you and your staff are going to depend on this upcoming season, or some stars that you're going to see on offense and defense.
Yeah, right off the bat, you got Micah Strickland. He just recently verbally committed to TCU. He'll play in the defensive backfield for us, playing corner, and he'll also play some running back, and, just a super speedy guy, extremely athletic, obviously holding, 14, 15 Division I offers. He's going to be a key player for us. We got an all-district linebacker, Braylon Kirkpatrick. He's a 3-year starter for us on the varsity. Going to be, a super player for us, great leader, great all the qualities that you want out of your leaders. We feel like Javarius Bell on the defensive line is going to be a huge impact player for us. He's another guy that just super freaky in the weight room with the things that he can do, running and jumping, and how strong he is. Our linebacker, Jack Anderson, is going to be a really good player for us. He got some experience this past year, but I feel like he fits that prototypical Mike inside linebacker. And also, one of the biggest returners we have back is our quarterback, Adam Thompson. He was a sophomore last year. He threw for 1,500 yards, started all 10 games for us as a sophomore, and he's grown, he's matured, he feels more comfortable in the offense, and I look for him to be able to step into a leadership role for us as well.
All right, I know you mentioned you guys went 5-5 last year, didn't make the playoffs, but tell us, everybody obviously evaluates their end of the season. But kind of tell us anything that you're doing, anything different. Obviously, I know you've coached for, just under 20 years, but tell us that you're, what you're looking to do to improve your team or anything you might have done differently that you've done in years past.
I really just think it's about continuity. We got to have the right mentality for our program. We got to set the standard for our program. I think a lot of that gets done in the off season. We mentioned a little bit about talking about the schematics. We're constantly tweaking things offensively and defensively to try to fit into our kids. So not necessarily anything we're doing different, just things that we try to really focus on doing the little things right day in and day out, stacking days up on top of each other, building those days. We keep our countdown clock there in the locker room and just trying to get to that point, when we're going to actually kick off the season and we can see all the hard work that we've invested over the spring and the summer, start to take fruits for our labor.
Yes, sir. All right. Obviously, new year, sometimes there's some staff changes. Did you have any staff changes we did, yeah, over the year? And tell us what you think they're going to bring to your kids and what do you think they're going to bring to you?
Yeah, so I lost 3 staff members off of our high school staff this past year. One of them being my dad, the defense coordinator, retiring after 39 years. And then I lost 2 other coaches who both accepted head coaching jobs in other school districts. And so anytime you see guys, leaving, whether it's retirement or promotions, you wish them the very well. Wish them the best. They did a great job for us. Some of the guys we got in to replace them, we promoted Wesley Thompson to come in and be the defensive coordinator. And then we hired Coach Corey McNeil, who will serve as our receivers coach. I'm excited about him. He's got a little experience at the collegiate level. He's coming to us most recently from Wortham, Texas. And then I've got 2 local guys that graduated from Brownsboro. Anytime you can get a local guy that already kind of knows the kids, knows the community, they've got a lot of pride in the school district. Those 2 guys are Braden Ballard and Bryce Smith, and both of those guys are young, they're energetic, they're going to be, like I said, bring a lot of school pride into our coaching staff.
All right, so this is a redistricting year. I know you were talking about some of the opponents you had in last year's district, but you have a new non-district schedule as well. So tell us about your non-district schedule and your district schedule. Obviously, every game is important, but tell us about any intriguing opponents or some schools that Brownsboro maybe not have seen as frequent or not have played as often.
Yeah, just kind of right off the bat, we got Waxahachie Live in our first scrimmage again. We scrimmaged them last year. They create a good challenge, lots of team speed, well-coached team. And then our second scrimmage at home there is versus Malakoff. Of course, they're the reigning state champions. Anytime you're playing somebody with that caliber of program, that's going to be a great test for us right off the bat to see, where we're at to start the season before the records start counting. And then our first home game there is Quinlan Ford. That's a new opponent for us that we haven't seen the last few years. They're going to be a very physical team. They're kind of an old school team, as you would say. They're still under center. They use multiple tight ends and fullbacks. So they'll challenge us physically. And then we get Jacksonville at home for our second game in homecoming. We know that'll create a big challenge for us with them being a 5A school. We think they got a lot of talent there. And then after that, we'll go down to play a familiar opponent in Fairfield. They're always a very well-coached team, compete very hard. And then we'll travel up to Caddo Mills. They've got a lot of really good things going on there with their facilities and a lot of the things that are growing in their program, and so that'll be a fun game to get going with those guys, and that's a new opponent for us as well. And then that next week in our 5th game will be Van at home, and anytime you're playing in the Kickapoo Creek rival, that's going to be a huge environment. Even though it's a non-district game, that's a game that we circle on our calendar every year that we know it's going to be a packed house and just an awesome environment for both schools. And then we'll have our bye week, which is good because that prepares us. We get a little extra time to prepare for district. We open up district at Athens, Battle of Highway 31, and that's an awesome game. Again, we were able to win that trophy last year and get that trophy back over here to Brownsboro. And so not only will we be, trying to go 1-0 to start district, we'll be trying to keep that trophy here, and that's a big check mark on our to-do list this year. And then after that, we play Rusk at home next, and Rusk is another team. They've got Coach Sinton there, who's got a state championship under his belt. They're a well-coached team. Their kids play extremely hard, and that'll be a good challenge for us as well. And then we're going to go down to Center, and anytime you're going down to Center, Texas, you know it's going to be a tough environment. They play hard. They got a well-coached team with Coach Meeks there. And then we'll come back home versus Bullard, which we consider, another big rivalry game. They're a well-coached team. Their kids play hard, and again, that's going to be a game with a huge environment. Both sides are going to be, very into it. And then we'll wrap up the last non-district game going to Carthage, playing the number 1 team. And we know what Carthage has. They're an extremely well-coached team. Great football players. They're always constantly looking to try to repeat that title, and so lots of games throughout the schedule there that are going to be exciting. We feel like there's lots of games in there that we can win those games, but we know that the margin of error is very slim with the competition that we're going against, and so we'll have to be well prepared.
All right, Coach, again, welcome to KMOO Country. Appreciate Brownsboro ISD for having us cover you guys. Is there anything you'd like to say to KMOO or anything you'd like to give the Brownsboro community as we wrap up this?
Yeah, just Brownsboro's an awesome community. You come to one of our Friday night games, you're going to see how awesome it is. We pack the house every Friday night. They're always going to come and support our teams, and we're very thankful for that. We're glad to be a part of y'all's team this year.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much, and good luck on the upcoming season, and we'll see you guys soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The Brownsboro Bears will begin their 2024 football season at home versus Quinlan Ford Panthers. I want to thank head coach Lance Connot for taking time to sit down with us for this preview. I also want to thank Wade's Place for sponsoring this Brownsboro Pigskin Preview. Monday, we will begin our next Pigskin Preview with the 2024 football season for the Gilmer Buckeyes, brought to you by Gilmer Tire and Auto. I'm Conrad Bahr, and you've been listening to the Butler7media Pigskin Preview for the Brownsboro Bears. Thanks for listening. Have a great evening.
Wade's Place in Chandler is the place to go for excellent Cajun and Creole cuisine. Locally owned and operated, enjoy their appetizers, the variety of salads, offering a 12-ounce ribeye steak. Enjoy the snow crab, shrimp, and crawfish. Enjoy their gourmet half-pound burger, various baskets, dinners, and po' boys. Like their Facebook page. Open Wednesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and reopens from 5 p.m. to 8:30, and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Located 104 East Main Street in Chandler. Call 903-849-2729. At Wade's Place, our food will always bring you back.